Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I am Daniel. This is Jonathan. Today we're back with Attack on Titan, episode 12, season 4. Is there going to be a surprise attack?
I think so.
Think it's going to happen? Is that what you think will happen? That's what you want to happen.
That's what I want to happen.
Here's what action.
Right, just action packed. Like they're not ready for it. Like we're going to be, you know, Sasha, not Sasha. Oh, God almighty.
Oh man, rest in peace.
Too soon. Gabby and Falco are going to go with Sasha's family to this dinner, and then they won't like the Marley and Cook is probably going to like, and then that's when the attack happens.
But then what
recognize them.
It's a long season. We're not even halfway. What happens after that? Like once the war, I'm assuming that's how the show, there's like a big war or something. Right. And then I don't know.
I think I won't say how I think the show's going to end, but there has to be some action here.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Maybe.
I hope.
I'm looking forward to it. I do still, even before the action, I still want to peek more into like Aaron's brain. I want to know kind of more of the story on him and his reasoning.
Yeah.
On infiltrating the way he did, and where the disconnect happened on the planning, and then also where him and Zeke aligned. There's a lot of things. There's still some question marks out there.
Zeke still wants to meet Aaron. Right.
And I would love to see that conversation. You know?
Yeah. Well, there was
like, is it going to be like,
2 or 3
that's
episodes.
such a dad thing to say, isn't it? And they chuckle. I don't think it'll be that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. 2 or 3 episodes ago, you know, we thought that they had already had a conversation because they're in that room, and they're talking about how Aaron's taken his stepbrother's side already and whatnot. And
right. Well, at that, we don't know. That's what we don't know. Is like when did they get aligned and how? Right.
Or even are they aligned at all?
Yeah, I mean, there's something. They're on. I don't know. They're on the same page and to some extent. And I think Aaron, it just seems like he's all about, like he has an ultimate goal in mind, and and he's just going full force for it, and not necessarily
caring.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, there were a lot of casualties, especially like whenever Armin blew up. And it showed like kids and people like, and it reminded us of what happened to them. Right. You know?
Yep.
And he seemed a little less remorseful about it, but also he's just pretty dry. I made that comment when we first saw him, like all the conversations he was having with Falco, and even after we met Reiner, and then every moment after that, we're just so used to seeing a very animated,
chirpy,
just like version of him. He's very different. So something's
because even think about going back to, what was it, 2 episodes ago when they show us the history of how that ship landed, and then the Marley or Yelena and Onyekepu turned on the captain. There's a brief sequence where they're shooting guns and Aaron is there still, and he's still somewhat of a like chirpy, happy kind of character, and then you're right,
there's a
after
shift.
We see him as Kruger. Between then and the time we see him as Kruger, there's a shift, stoic. And he's just
that could be just he has a mission, but how much of it is because of what's going on in his head? You know, he was like that even before he got Warhammer. So I don't know if you know that from what we saw. So there's something else going on. But I'm excited to hop in and see what else is going on. Now, before we do, guys, please consider subscribing to our channel. Full length reactions are on our Patreon, as well as early access to future episodes. Otherwise, here we go, episode 12.
Dose.
Oh yeah.
Is that Yelena?
No, that's Armin.
Oh, that's Armin.
Yeah, I know. I know.
We talked about it.
Oh boy. That's crazy. She's been asleep there for so long.
Bro, I would like to sleep for that long. I'm not gonna lie. Which I was excited to see if he was gonna touch the shell, because I wonder how does she come out of that? Does it have to be Jaw Titan bite her out?
Well, I mean,
right.
Warhammer had a way to get out.
True.
Because that's how they did every time. So there's probably. He's not denying it. Yeah. Right. They don't like not knowing. Oh, it's really escalated. Oh, are they gonna try to go talk to him? Oh, recruits.
あなた方は世界を知らない。このまま議論を先送りにし続けていけば、エレンも同じでした。
He felt the sense of urgency. Oh, and he took that as a challenge, I guess.
Right.
彼との面会を申し出ることすら叶わない立場でした。
Did he manipulate or did he kind of want to do
そ
it?
んなことでは意味がありません。エレン・イェーガーに私を知ってほしかっただけで。
Arrest her.
They're listening.
エレンの持つ始祖はマーレを打ち砕く望みなのです。マーレに大損害を与えました。想像以上です。我々を長年苦しめてきたマーレに天罰を下したのです。始祖を宿しているという事実。歴史が変わる瞬間に立ち会っているのです。世界は生まれ変わります。
So he said for
私は
years.
それを彼らの近くで見ていたいだけなのです。
エレンと密会した真の目的は好奇心であると。
私の行動はすべてエルディアを思ってのことです。
エレンと交わした会話のすべてをお聞かせ願おう。
この3年間共に汗を流して培った俺たちはエルディアに尽くしたのに。
10ヶ月前の鉄道開通式から
イエーナがエレンと密会したことを認めた。
Oh, they're already.
本当ですか？
She said the other ones didn't know.
Right.
The other volunteers.
イエレナがそんなことするわけない。君たちを拘束しなくてはいけない理由ができた。我々の今後のためにも。
Yeah, I guess what's her past?
っての通り、寝食を共にした友であっても、
Oh.
全て自己死として葬った。
I wonder if that's the guy who fell off the roof, or if that was something else, or that was PTSD.
彼女は平成権に反発してまでこの島では私についてきてくれ。おにゃんこぽん。
君たちとエレンを面会させることはできない。
Oh, they were trying to meet there. And
義勇兵とエレンの接触が明らかになったからだ。今回のマーレー強襲撃に及んだ。エレンは今回の発覚を受けて以降、依然として空白のまま。
Who was he sending those letters to then?
おそらくエレンはジークに操られていると我々は見ている。くれぐれも内密に頼む。
so they think Zeke's just manipulating.
そんな、どうなりますか？
That's all she, yeah.
それは
Restraint chair?
置き場に困ったものを先ほど新兵に運ばせたのだ。
しかし相当
He might talk to them.
試して損はないはずです。
事態はより慎重を期す。
Dang.
話は以上だ。
No budging.
どうしてダメなの？平成権はすでにエレンを見限っているのかもしれない。
At the end of the day, they kind of still need him.
始祖の継承者が始まっている。
Oh, that's why that recruit was there.
部屋
The
の会話を
recruit.
聞いてくる。
Maybe.
待ってよ。兵器違反を犯しちゃまずいよ。兵団の方針をいち早く知る必要があ
I
る。
guess they don't need it if they just hand him over.
私はエレンを。
Oh, that's the surprise attack. Maybe
Bro, has she gone back? What was that?
one of the guys that was in there.
Oh, oh.
アルミ。
Was it like a kamikaze or something? Like, what did he like?
Oh, I think there was a bomb in there. Is what it. Oh my god.
Was it one of the guys who walked in?
Oh, bro. That was half of his body.
Shoot.
今こそ戦う時だ。俺も戦うぞ。
Who did that?
心臓を捧げよ
It wouldn't have been one of these.
I don't think so.
Because they would have someone who had someone on the inside.
ザクレー相当の私物である特注の椅子。
That chair.
爆弾が仕掛けられていたと見。
And the last ones in there were Armin and
目的も。
彼なら一日中私と一緒にいたし。
who,
But he said he
who
had
took the
them bring the
chair.
られ
chair.
る勢力は。
あの椅子は
He said brought some recruits.
新
Yeah.
兵に相当の部屋を訪れる前に本部から立ち去る
Yeah.
新兵を見ました。調査兵団です。
Do they all know?
調査兵団といえばエレンの情報を外に漏らして懲罰を受けた者どもがいると聞いたが。
エレン・イェーガーだ。力を。
Oh man.
何が起こっているの？
He did say nothing can hold him. Wait. He's
Is he heading down? Is he up?
facing them. These are the
They're the ones that were helping.
yes.
So he kind of
The
mobilized.
volunteers.
何人いる？俺たちの味方は兵団内に潜んで
Was he recently a Titan?
ダリス・ザックレーを爆弾で吹き飛ばした者もいる。
Nothing.
こ
No.
のエルディア帝国を救えるのは
Oh shoot.
エレン・イェーガー。
エレンなら分かってくれる。
God, he looks. Dude.
僕の居場所を特定する。
Dang. It's like a whole like. He's like creating his own like following. It's like an uprising.
Yes. So we got a little bit of both of what we wanted. Some action with the explosion there.
Yeah.
and then some
Unexpected.
history on kind of where Aaron went rogue.
How it kind of started, and like the conversation with the Elena, but it's not like she kind of even said it's not like she was trying to convince him to do it. She just kind of made a comment. So it could be one of those things that he either on his own was already feeling the frustration, like he needed something to happen,
right,
to kind of light a fire and get the military moving, or it was kind of like Pixis said, or kind of like Hanji said, that maybe Zeke is not Hanji. It was the Admiral Dalil.
Oh, Dalil.
Who said that they think Zeke is manipulating him. So it could either be Zeke manipulating, or it could be something that he felt on his own.
Yeah.
But man, he is like, even right there finding like.
No, maybe that was Pixis. Sorry.
That said that? Mm-hmm. No, I thought they were
to Yelena.
So I thought that at first, but I thought that was Dalil telling that to Armin and Mika said when they were in the office, like, we think Zeke was manipulating that, and I'm only telling you that because of because it's you.
Okay, I could have missed that.
Yeah,
but nonetheless,
he either knew that was part of the plan to get him out, or not, or maybe he didn't. But he seemed totally unfazed that he was killed, and that he's out there and he has his whole like, there's gonna be a huge following, because he helped so many people.
There's recruits that are disguised in the military, is what he just said. We have a few that are in the military. Yeah. And that's those recruits that took this chair and put a bomb in there.
Man, to follow him. So who's masterminding all this is my question.
You're right. Is it Zeke manipulating it, or is it him? Like,
are these was it Aaron's plan to plant a bomb in there? You know what I mean? Which is kind of crazy, but.
Right. One thing I wanted to say really quickly, I thought it was funny when Armin was going to touch the egg. Mm-hmm. The fact that he holds the same titan that Berthold did, that had a crush on Annie.
Interesting. That's a good point. It kind of passed on his crush,
right, to Annie, or
interesting.
Or is it really just Armin trying to get information?
No, yeah. I forgot he has the Colossal at that moment, because I was even thinking like, oh man, first Berthold, not Armin. Well, that makes sense.
Yep.
New Eldian Empire, a new name for Eldia used by those on Paradis who are sympathetic to Eren Yeager's actions. They have rallied around Eren and the name, causing disorder on the island, which is currently divided on whether to attack other nations or not. So they're calling it the New Eldian Empire
instead of Paradis. Nice, I like that.
Dang, I don't know, dude. I'm still Team Eren because of everything he went through.
Same.
And I have to know why he's doing what he's doing, and
and maybe good reason. I think even if it's a bad reason, I'm kind of one of the volunteers.
I don't like that a lot of people died.
Right. I mean, but don't get me wrong. But I think when we know the backstory of everything he's gone through and what they went through in Paradis, and then the kind of betrayal from the Marlians,
there's more that we need to find out.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay,
100 soldiers. Man.
ジークとエレンの接触を果たすことが全てだろう。説の引き金となったのは、兵団がエレンから始祖を移そうと画策していたからだろう。
You're right.
いくらでも処分は受けるより無責任なことはない。どれだけ潜んでいるかわからないだろう。
Right, that are staying in.
How many are in that room?
俺の目の前にいるかもしれない。それができない以上は、お前ら調査兵団を野放しにしておくわけにはいかない。客人の前にあるぞ。
She's like listening to everything.
仲間同士でいがみ合うより先にやるべきことがあるだろう。ジークの交流場所を知る者は。
I thought she was talking about her sitting. Hizuru lady.
エレンが待つ狙うはジークとの接触。
何か今後の展望はございますか？
これはもうわしらの負けじゃ。エレンに降参しよう。
He's being sarcastic.
多くの兵に兵団を見限る決断をさせた。我々の敗因はこれに尽きる。4名の死者はその弔いの代償に。
それではイエーガー兄弟に復讐するおつもりですか？
The Yeager brothers.
復讐ではない。ジークの居場所を教えることを条件に交渉を図る。
Oh shoot.
エルディアの存続を委ねる。
That's how he's weeding out those that are infiltrated, I think.
Right, true.
いいえ、何かありましたらすぐに私どもの船までお逃げください。
感謝いたします。しかしながら。
Right, she considers herself more Eldian before anything else. She says that. It's for the resources. Right.
地ならしさえ成功すれば、
ヒーズル本国からははしごを外されることでしょう。アズマビト家は最後を迎えましょう。アズマビト家は返事できましたが、今や金勘定に浅ましい女狐の汚名が轟く始末となり果てました。 ミカサ様の母君が残された一族の誇りまで失ったわけではございません。あなた様だけはお守りいたします。
Maybe she's being sincere there.
殺したエレンに協力するなんてな。
まだエレンがやったと決まったわけじゃない。
Right.
声が大きいぞミカサ。
Right.
実際どうなんだよミカサ。
That is true. They're gonna go listen in.
Right.
やめるんだ。兵団内での争いは自滅
Right.
でしょ。
Now this like who trusts
では
who?
全てをエレンとジークに委ねることに問題はないということですか。
いや、私たちはこれ以上無様に翻弄される前に、私の早とちりならそれでいいんだけど、彼女が守ったマーレ人捕虜の労働環境が怪しい。
Oh, is that?
すごい建物。
こんなとこ初めてだ。
There, she's planning something.
Yep. Sounds like it. Oh, who is that? Who is
Right.
that?
欲しいな。
Oh,
Hey,
she's already there.
I told you. Surprise.
I was like, who has dark hair? Dark hair. Dark hair. Dang. Okay, so it's coming.
Yeah, bro. That's again. Hold on, just debrief a little bit because there's so much going through my mind right now. But
There could be a lot of. I think they're gonna be shocked. Like we think we know who's on whose side, but I think there's gonna be some other reveals and twists.
right, we talked about is Zeke double agenting this.
Is Zeke double agenting all of this? Who within the scouts is really on the Jaeger side or not? And that's kind of, there's like this inner turmoil. There's like these. It's always been Eldia versus Marlian. Now it's Marlian versus Eldia versus itself. Like there's like two factions kind of creating here. But then also Peak is there, and the timing's kind of interesting. And is she still? I mean, it seems like Yelena's been working for the Marlians for a long time, but then even Hanji kind of picked up on like when she's talking to. It's like when she's talking to us, like she plays the part essentially. Yelena,
yeah, because like she was saying there at the end, she secured jobs for all of the volunteers in specific spots.
Right.
So, and I think I mentioned this, but they're gonna go to this dinner, and the Marley and Cook is gonna recognize them, and then just as he's recognizing them, bam, the surprise attack happens.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to take like in plain sight, like poisoning, things like that. Like you can. I can see that. Yeah,
but that's very smart on Yelena's part, which again makes me think if Zeke is being a double agent here, did he use Yelena and this plan? He orchestrated a plan to get Yelena to convince, which even though she said she didn't have to, Aaron to go on this plan to then put Zeke on their good graces, and then it looked like he's working with them. But now that the surprise attack is there, he, turns back to help the Marlians. However, the Marlians don't think that that's part of the plan. They're against the fact that Zeke kind of revolted or betrayed them.
Right.
So who convinces the Marlians that Zeke is actually on their side if this whole plan was kind of like a,
like a double agent situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, because right. But I think it's like one of those things, like for the plan to work, they have to truly believe. Unless he really is. We don't know why yet though. Like he's and for how long has he been?
Right.
Because
orchestrating this.
Yeah, Yelena kind of said for years. She kind of made that comment that it's been for years we've been wanting. Like she was happy that Aaron, had all this damage on Marlia, and there had been years that she'd wanted something like that to happen. So this could be something that had been going on even preceding. I don't know if because we always assumed the moment when he was throwing rocks, the first time we saw Zeke throwing rocks,
right?
That at that point he was still very Team Marlian, right?
Right.
And then after that, somehow he shifted. But it's possible that was all part of the ruse.
Yeah, even when we first saw him in season 2.
Yeah, it could be like way back. He could have had like a master plan. I don't know. But I really want to see them meet, and I want to see them talk. The Jaeger brothers.
Right.
But it's tricky now because like you put yourself in either shoes. Like if you put yourself in the scout shoes, now you're like they literally just killed what they call him, the premier.
The premier.
They literally just killed him, and that the Hanji said that shows where their resolve is. Like that's how far they're willing to go, and so that's what just builds hate. It's like they're unforgivable. They've gone off on the deep end. They're our enemies now.
Yep.
Right. And so that's from that perspective. But then maybe from the Jaegerist perspective, it's like the scouts, the military, everyone's just stuck in all like the politics of it all. They're not doing anything.
Right. They're so against the guy who saved us.
Right. Exactly.
Aaron.
Well, that's how they see it. But they obviously they can't really trust Aaron. So they imprisoned him. But it's like you're going back to how things almost were before.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're keeping everything, like you're just stuck in like the politics of it. Like we need to be on the offensive. Like it's just two different mindsets. And so I can understand both sides of it.
Right.
It's crazy that they went as far as killing him. I don't know if that was to send a message or if that was all part of a distraction so that they can break him out.
Escape. I think so, because
it's kind of crazy.
He's the one calling the shots, who can see him, who cannot.
But like the whole fact that Armin and Mikasa got so close.
Oh yeah.
Was he willing, if this was Armin's idea, was he willing for them to be collateral damage?
You mean Aaron's idea? Yeah.
Aaron's idea. Was he willing for it to be collateral damage, or
I think he'd have been devastated if they would have been caught up in it,
or they knew that he was in there, and they came out and there was some sort of a plan in place. Maybe even they're involved with it somehow. I don't know, where because they happen to walk out, these three come in and that's when it blows up.
That's another thing you got to think about. Was with a bomb, it's either on a timer or on a detonator.
Right.
Not some bomb expert here, but
I think
those are the two ways to set off a bomb.
If it's a timer, you just don't know. If it's a detonator, then
who detonated it?
Right. Unless it was like one of those scouts that went in there and kind of like they said a suicide bomber, and he went in there and he was next to the chair and he had the little or something. I don't know, man. It's just it's like I hate this because we've seen them grow up together. So I hate this turmoil, and obviously there's going to be a lot of turmoil with Aaron or with Mikasa and Armin.
Oh yeah, because they're kind of.
I think they keep telling themselves like he'll understand. They just want to talk to him. Like why is he like this? Like they're not just going to just.
But even when they
blindly.
talk to him, how do they get through to him? You know,
I think they just want to understand. They just want to understand what he's going through or what he's thinking, and hoping that they can get something out of him.
You know, in the past, Armin had the promise they made to go to view the sea together,
right?
And that's kind of what would snap him out of certain
when
moments.
He was first becoming a Titan. Yeah.
Now they don't have that. They don't have anything that's gonna deter him or have him change his mind.
Well, they have like just their history.
But then that, and then just even if they do understand or kind of see where he's coming from, is like, do they agree with that?
Man, yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting though. The surprise attack, I'm excited for it.
I know. Well, Peak's there, so you got to assume that Reiner's somewhere.
Yep. Galliard,
and
then maybe the army's coming. I honestly thought in that scene where Hanji's talking to Anya Capo, and,
on the farm,
and the guys, the scouts there eating an apple, I was like, oh, it's about to happen. That's where they're gonna like.
you're just like waiting. Like you want to. Yeah. It'll probably catch us off guard, but yeah. Well, now we know Peak's there, so.
Crazy.
And she could just be there like scouting first, like kind of seeing what
kind of like Aaron did,
and maybe they're kind of working with, I don't know. She still assumes that Zeke, because they kind of picked up that Zeke's probably still alive because they only found arms and legs,
right?
So they know he can survive that, and if so, where is he? And so if he hasn't shown himself, he's obviously, that's what they're thinking.
Yeah. And what book is he reading? He's always reading a book.
I know. He's an intellect. All right. Well, that's all we got for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Full-length reactions are over on our Patreon if you want to check us out over there, or full-length or early access to future episodes. Otherwise, you can just subscribe here if you like this type of content. But we'll be back next week with episode 13. So until then, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.